Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers all magical and fly, full of turquoise, just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. I feel so much better now. Deep divers sending you tons of good ass energy. Take that, take that, take that. Take all of that good ass energy I'm sending you. The cat down the road said you feel fantastic, and that's fantastic. Look, deep divers, a big shout out to everybody out there who's joined the YouTube membership for all new videos that are going to take you to the next level and help you become your greatest version. Click join below this video and go and join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below. You're gonna love it. Over 200 exclusive videos there every single week, and it's finally here. Go and get the brand new book, Feel Alive 2. Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/thebook. Deep Divers, 500 pages, is truly the Bible of becoming your greatest version. ralphsmart.com/thebook. Click the link down below. Go and get yourself a copy. You're going to love it. Now, breaking news. Pope Francis has died. Pope Francis has passed away. And it's big news, really big news, because the Pope is someone who is so influential, right, in all areas of life. And we're going to talk about this topic, deep divers. And also, I'm going to talk to you about religion versus spirituality. Okay, this information here, deep divers, is truly going to blow your mind and help you become your greatest version. Hit that like button right now if you support the real. Hit that like button right now if you support the real, deep divers, because we got a whole lot to talk about. If you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. An unexpected miracle is coming your way this week. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Now, deep divers, this is big news, okay? Pope Francis passing away. We know he was already ill, right? Now, on this channel, we dive deep, and we're all about the truth and peeling the layers, piercing the veil. Now, the Pope is extremely important, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why the Pope is very important. I'm also going to tell you why there's a difference between religion and spirituality, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So a lot of you know that if you're a deep diver, you do. Ralph Smart was raised in the church. I even used to serve in the church, right? I was born and raised a Christian, but then I kind of moved towards spirituality. I'm going to talk about that journey later on in this video, deep divers, right? So this is big news. The Pope has passed away. Some people are very sad. Some people are neutral. Some people are happy. Some people are like, I can't believe it, okay? So let me play you the news story, deep divers, and then we're going to really break it down. Pay attention.
Pope Francis was the first pope from the Americas, and then before becoming the leader of the Catholic Church, he had served both as archbishop and cardinal for more than 12 years. So, of course, people around the world will remember Pope Francis as a humble man that did not forget the less fortunate. Lauren Green takes a look back at his life and the legacy he leaves behind.
Let's stop it right there. So I just wanted to play you that news report, deep divers, because it is important to really realize why popes are so revered, why they're so influential. J.D. Vance was just with him. So you got to remind yourself, deep divers, that this is big news, right? And the Pope, who was from Argentina, was loved in Argentina, right? So a lot of people often wonder why presidents meet the Pope. Here you have Trump with the Pope. You have Elon Musk with the Pope. This is because the Pope is a Lord of the Ring in this 3D dimension. We're going to talk about that, deep divers. Let me keep it going. And the Pope, even the Vatican City, is a state unto itself, really has so much power. Even more power, I would go so far to say the Pope has even more power than presidents, prime ministers. And this is the reason why it's big news, because you see, there are 2.38 billion Christians, right? So the Pope is someone who is highly influential. And let me play you another news clip, deep divers, and I'm really going to break it down, okay? We're just diving slowly by slowly. Take a look at this.
Let's bring in Fox and Friends co-host Brian Kilmeade. Brian, good morning to you. Thank you so much for hopping on set with us. This isn't the first time you've covered the passing of a pope, so what are your reflections right now?
I mean, John Paul II was the most titanic. I mean, this guy was iconic. He was the first to travel. He added so much personality in life, combined to take down communism. You talk about a guy that transcended politics and the papacy. I think it was him. And then the extraordinary moment when Pope Benedict says, hey, I'm alive, I'm okay, but I think it's time for me to step aside. And when he steps aside, you think about how conservative he was and how traditional he was the biblical scholar. He was the one to go back in history. He was the one to what he thought would be even less mainstream, more mainstream than Pope Paul II. But when he steps aside, he's replaced by this Pope, Pope Benedict, who really wanted to change things. He didn't like the opulence. He didn't like the gold. He didn't like the fine dining that comes along with that role. And then you think about what he was able to do and really focus what he says is on the poor. And he was a big critic of President Trump. He has been in the past. He was extremely critical of our immigration policy. He had less than a 5-minute meeting with J.D. Vance less than 24 hours ago. He thought when it comes to climate change, that was something that he really wanted to focus on. And obviously, that's never been a priority here. But you can't think about anything but in the terms of a human being. He's as good as it gets. He gave his whole life for other people. He gave his sole focus to the poor. When he got to this job, he didn't use it to consolidate power. He used it to disperse it. And I was just speaking to Father Jonathan over here, and he just reminded me, too, of some of the things that he brought out was, hey, when it comes to same-sex marriage, well, let's think about that. When it comes to having people get divorced and have their second marriage in church, let's consider that. And when it comes to even priests marrying, maybe that's something we should debate. There wasn't necessarily a plan how to do it, but it was, let's think about these things. But many traditional Catholics thought, including your previous guest, I'm not sure I'm not sure that's where the Catholic Church should be heading, which leads us to the next 2 weeks. We're going to decide which way the Catholic Church will head when half the College of Cardinals were appointed by this Pope.
Yes.
You wonder if they think like him.
That's right. And less than an hour ago, Vice President J.D. Vance posted on X, I just learned of the passing of Pope Francis. My heart goes out to the millions of Christians, of which he is one, all over the world who loved him. I was happy to see him yesterday, though he was obviously very ill. But I'll always remember him for this homily he gave in the very early days of COVID. It was really quite beautiful. May God rest his soul. And God certainly is doing just that. But it must be very interesting to be J.D. Vance right now and thinking I was the last public official of the level that he reached to meet Pope Francis yesterday. And at that time, during that meeting, he had no idea that we would be sitting here talking about this today.
Absolutely. And he just became a Catholic recently. So he's oftentimes, that I find just personally, anecdotally, when someone converts to Catholicism, they become the scholars. Almost like new immigrants. When they come to America, they know history better than people that were born here. So he really dove in hard on it.
Right, so I just wanted to play you some news clips, deep divers. Now, people always say, Ralph, you're Morpheus, right? I'm Morpheus. Deep divers are Morpheus, okay? So you take the blue pill, you stay in Wonderland, you stay in the illusion, and you walk away from this video believing whatever you want to believe. take the red pill and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. So deep divers, which pill do you want to take? Okay, people are saying, let's go red pill. Okay, so I actually met the former Pope. And I'll tell you about that in another video. So, like I told you, the Pope is extremely powerful, extremely influential, very influential, more powerful than vice presidents and even presidents. Of course, wealthier than the wealthiest man alive, obviously, because the Pope is the head of state. And even when a vice president takes the oath and is sworn in, they have to pledge allegiance to the good book, the Bible. And the Pope is a representation of the closest one to the Almighty, right? So a lot of people are shocked by this, even though he was kind of poorly. And some people are like, oh, it's so good that he was still in St. Petersburg and, you know, on Easter Sunday and all of that, right? So it kind of came as a shock. J.D. Vance just saw him. And to show you, deep divers, how powerful the Pope was, Syria A just said, you know, we're going to postpone all matches. No football. This is how powerful the Pope is. But you don't hear me, though. So, how come a Pope is this powerful? We're going to come to that. Now, a lot of people say this Pope was very good. A lot of people love this Pope because, once again, people said he was a very humble Pope, because here you see him washing the feet of refugees, right? So a lot of people admired him for that. And a lot of people loved him because he stood with Palestine. And a lot of people said this was a great thing that he was doing, standing with the Palestinians. And then some people are like, actually, Ralph, do you know about the sexual assault cases with the Catholic Church since the 1950s? Aren't you going to talk about that, Ralph? Well, there's that too. Some people despise the Catholic Church because of the previous history with all of those sexual assault cases and all of that. You know, Catholic boys' schools and all of that, right? So there's a long history of that. So a lot of people are divided, right? So I'm Morpheus, so I'm always going to give you a deeper perspective on all of this. Once again, you got to remind yourself, deep divers, that in becoming your greatest version, always be able to pierce the veil and see beyond what they tell you, right? Because there's always more to the story. So presidents, they look up to the Pope. But who does the Pope look up to? Who does the Pope look up to? Who does the Pope even worship behind closed doors? Right? So here you have a picture of the Pope Francis paying homage to the Black Madonna and Child. Slow motion this side. But you don't hear me, though. And this is very important. I always tell you, if you don't just listen to what I'm telling you. Study why you have the Pope right here, Pope Francis. They worship the Black Madonna, the Black woman, the Black Madonna and Child. And these photos are very hard to get hold of. They don't talk about that. So I did the whole video about Black Jesus, because in the Bible, they actually talk about how Jesus had woolly hair, like lamb's wool. We'll talk about that again, but go and watch my video on that. So there are so many things you have to dissect when you're talking about all of that, right? Now, I'm Morpheus deep diver, so I'm always going to give you the red pill if you want it. So I told you at the beginning of this video, there's a difference between religion and spirituality. And that's what this video is all about. So me being born in the church, I always believed in God, but I would always ask myself, why do I have to go through someone to get to God? Slow motion this side. And my mentor, who is really an amazing soul, pointed out to me that even in the Bible, it says, ye are gods. Ye are gods, right? And this is huge because you see, a lot of people who are spiritual realize that we are gods and goddesses, and it's beautiful. And that's the difference between religion and spirituality. A lot of the times, a lot of people in religions just are looking outside of themselves for a higher power. And many people in spirituality are seeing that the higher power also lies within them, the God within, not just the God outside of them, right? And this is huge because this has really helped me become my greatest version. And this will also help you become your greatest version. Once you remind yourself that God is not just someone who, this guy in the sky with a big beard looking like Father Christmas. No, there's a God within. And once you rise into your God consciousness, your God body, you can now become your greatest version. And that's what it's always been about. You know, there are people with good intentions who even go into Christianity. I got friends, good friends, who are still in the church and all of that. And you even have popes who want to do good for people, who want to help people, right? Who want to be humanitarians. But there are also people who want to go to the next level and find out the truth of all of this, right? And that's the difference between religion and spirituality. Religion, I think it was David Bowie, David Bowie, who said, religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell. Spirituality is for people who've already been there. Slow motion this side. I've already been to hell and back, deep divers. But ultimately, it should be about unity. But how come a lot of the times when I say, okay, I'm Christian, you say you're Muslim, you say you're Jew, there's a war. And this is the reason why it's so important to be able to transcend that and realize it's not about being a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim. All of those faiths are beautiful. At the same time, it's about realizing it's about losing that separation, that division that religion creates. You know, more people have been killed in the name of God, in the name of religion, than all wars combined. I don't think you heard me. More people have been killed in the name of God, the Crusades, all of that, than all religions, than all wars combined. Okay, more people have been killed in the name of religion than all wars combined. And that's the reason why, after years of serving in the church, I said, you know what? I'm going to move towards universal spirituality. And that's namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Okay, let me also read you this, deep divers, because this is amazing. Okay, this is like a big list of religion versus spirituality. So let's go through this. So religion worships God. Spirituality encourages oneness with God. Religion, God is outside of you. Spirituality, what did I tell you? God is within. Let's continue. Religion separates people who have different beliefs. Spirituality unites people regardless of their beliefs. And that's huge. I always tell you, it's about unity. Let's continue. Religion teaches people to be afraid of hell. Spirituality teaches people to create heaven on earth. And that's so amazing, because a lot of people who are in man-made religions are like, fear keeps them on the straight and narrow, right? You're going to go to hell. And spirituality is all about realizing heaven is on earth. It's not a place where you go after you die only. It's a place that you can create on earth. Slow motion this side. Religion based on fear and restriction. Spirituality based on love and freedom. Religion feels like being a single drop in the ocean. Spirituality feels like being the entire ocean in a single drop. Religion based on others' experience. Spirituality based on your own personal experience. Okay? So, I wanted to share that with you, deep divers, because it's so important to free your mind and question everything. I told you, even in those Godfather films, they tell you that they were tied into the Vatican. And this is the reason why you have to realize that heads of state have to check in with the Pope. Before they want to do anything, they have to ask the Pope for permission. Before they want to do anything, they have to ask the Pope for permission. This is the reason why you want to realize that the Pope is extremely powerful. But in becoming your greatest version, you want to also remind yourself that you are the God within. You don't have to go through someone to get to God. You are gods. You are spiritual beings having a human experience. Slow motion this side. Hit that like button right now if you support The Real Deep Divers. Share the video. Hit that like button right now, deep divers, if you support The Real. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Join the new Ralph Smart. Join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below and be inspired. And go and get the brand new book, Feel Alive 2. Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version, now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Click the link down below, deep divers, you're going to love it. And go and get the good ass Prana shirts, all new designs for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, deep divers, book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Hit that like button, deep divers, if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. And learn about the link between religion and spirituality. You got the fish in the fishbowl, and you got the fish who's really diving deep through uncharted waters, right? So keep diving deep, deep divers. The truth shall set you free. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Deep divers, share this video. Hit that like button right now, deep divers, if you support The Real. If you support The Real, share this video and subscribe to the channel. It's one love. Peace.